Hello, it's Philip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers, and I'm looking today at a book from Routledge. This book is Competition and Regulation in the Airline Industry, and it's given a subtitle, Puppets in Chaos, written by Steven Truxal. It's part of the Taylor and Francis Group, Routledge. It's not a big book, this one. You can see the front of it there, the side. It's under Law and Economics as a subject area. It's only running into something approaching 188 pages. In fact, there's a little bit of the index you can see right at the back. You've then got quite a huge amount of reference material throughout, and then what you've got are the standard subject headings and a lot of footnotes. You can see the footnotes at the bottom there, and then the sort of subject headings that are listed in the actual work itself. At the front you've got a list of tables and delegated legislation and so forth, and you've also got a very useful introduction right at the beginning which talks about the airline industry itself, and there are of course very useful abbreviations available. It's a light book in the sense of the amount of weight of it, but the detail it contains is extremely useful. My wife and I have written a review of this which will appear on the web and in the journals, we hope, and we've given it the title, The Airline Industry, Are Regulators Pulling the Strings? And this is what we say in very short order, if you like. By its very nature, the airline industry is global. But what about the regulatory environments and who governs it? And how do you and the environments affect its competitiveness? Do the differences between regulatory environments inevitably cause confusion and impair the competitiveness of this vital industry and consequently its economic health? These are the sorts of questions which are being asked, and the author, Steven Truxal, who's a visiting professor of English law at Humboldt University, compares many European Union and US regulatory environments, pointing up their similarities and their differences. And as I say, this is very much of a global book. An example would be European competition law and American antitrust law, which both define efficiency as enhancing consumer welfare, although their respective definitions of what exactly consumer welfare is tend to diverge. Workable competition, in Truxal's view, is the aim of European competition rules, while on the other hand American antitrust law is supply and demand driven. So you can see there's quite a lot of interest and interface between the two. There's an interesting discussion about deregulation and liberalisation within the US and the European air transport sectors, and obviously the issue at the moment, as I record this in the summer of 2012, is very great importance. Referencing the somewhat startling subtitle, Puppets in Chaos, Truxal puts forward the opinion that before deregulation, regulators were puppets and their strings were pulled by airlines under regulatory capture. Now post-deregulation, he adds, it remains unclear whether the regulators or the airlines are pulling the strings. I think it's an excellent book in their Law and Economics series from Routledge. It's thorough, scholarly and thought-provoking, and anyone involved therefore professionally within the airline industry will find it, we think, an invaluable purchase. So thank you very much to Professor Truxal and to Routledge for an excellent work in this particular area of law. Thank you. Bye-bye.